What's up, guys? It's Maverick 10. I lost a bet, bruh. Yeah, I lost a bet. You know what the bet was? The bet was, hey, I bet I look good in a mohawk. You want to do a mohawk? Do you want to give me a mohawk, dude? You want to give me a mohawk? I was actually going to cut it like this a few weeks ago, but my wife and I had family pictures taken with our daughter, and I didn't want to show up to family picture night with a mohawk because I enjoy having sex with my wife. And you do something like that, man, it's going to dry up on you. You may not get any from your wife for a good 3 months, or, you know, depending on how sound of a sleeper she is. But guys, you've been asking me a ton of questions on Facebook, so I said, okay, you know what? I'll just do an entire video of you guys asking me questions. So I said, send me your questions. I'll do an upcoming video or answer your questions. This is that upcoming video. I haven't looked at a lot of these, so let's get into this. I have peeked at a few though, and you guys are hilarious, and some of you are dirty. But anyway, here we go. First question comes from Gary E. He says, Mav, PS3 or 360, which one's better? Which one's your favorite, dude? Because that's mine too. I love, oh my God, I love that one. Sammy P says, which is better, the Uncharted 3 beta or Uncharted 2? Uncharted 2, hands down. Do I love the Uncharted 3 beta? Yes. But Uncharted 2, you gotta have that campaign, bruh. Mason H wants to know, trumpets? Yeah, I think so. I think so, trumpets. Liam says, scone or scone? I don't know what that means. I do know that scone is a type of bread, I think, that is named after a European city. I could be way off on that, so I'm going to go with scone. Kyle B says, I have a question. South Park or Family Guy? I don't really get into comedy, okay? I don't like humor, but I'm going to go with Family Guy because Star Wars episodes of Family Guy were hysterical. My wife watches a lot of Family Guy, and I laugh every time it's on. And she watches a lot of South Park. She's 12 years old. That someone's going to take that the wrong way. She's not. She acts like she's 12. And always, you can tell I'm the mature one in the relationship. William says, in your 2-minute review, were you doing a Christian Bale impersonation? No, I wasn't. But I have been told that I'm built a lot like Bale from Rescue Dawn. Not Batman. Rescue Dawn. Danny C says, what game are you looking most forward to from E3? There are a ton of games at E3 I'm looking forward to, but we had seen a lot of info on a lot of games before E3. There wasn't a whole lot of surprises, but one game that surprised me when I saw the demo of it was Starhawk. Starhawk looks sick. So I'm going to say Starhawk. Is that cool? I'm going to go with Starhawk. Raphael wants to know, why do you always run out of breath? It's because I give you guys everything I got on cam, dude. I only got nothing left. I'm out by the time the video's over. Dacon says, can you bust a freestyle of your favorite game of 2011? No, I can't. I can't. Jason says, why aren't you a comedian? I thought I was. A half of one. I'm a halfie. Alex wants to know, you said we could ask you almost anything. What did you mean by almost? Well, you're right. There is a secret hidden code within that question. Crack it and get back to me. Tank Dempsey writes, who's your favorite Nazi zombie character? It's you. Tank Dempsey, it's you. Mohammed says, what's your favorite part of the Uncharted 3 beta? The customization. I love customization. I love customization in all games, but especially online. And it boggles my mind why COD hasn't gone totally full-on hardcore customization. Like the perks and stuff, you know, trick out your character the way he looks, but why not go full-on customization? I don't know. I love customization because I look like I'll get it. Hold on. I like to look different from everybody else, and I like to recognize the guys on my team, like my buddies, just by the way they look, not having to read the tag above their name. Adam says, how do you feel about Sony not announcing Siphon Filter? Dude, it ticks me off, dude. Like, I don't understand why. Like, you have a series that was popular on PS1, had a pretty good online community on PS2, still has, H-A-S, a great community on PSP, and they had 3 games for PSP, but the 2 games had story mode. Won tons of awards for best handheld, best PSP game. Great. They from the first Siphon Filter game to the last one, they consistently got way better. They were awesome. So why not release that one on console now? It's been forever. PS2, so why not? We've seen Twisted Metal come over, Ratchet and Clank came over, Metal Gear came over, Halo's come over. Obviously, a lot of games like COD and Battlefield come over. Why not Siphon Filter, Sony? And I was really, you always hear rumors about it, but you don't see. And it would make perfect sense because the 360 had Splinter Cell, Conviction, which was a phenomenal game as an exclusive. So why not release Siphon Filter, which is a similar game to Splinter Cell, as a Sony exclusive? I don't get it. Oh, it upsets me. And what are you doing? So what are you doing? Like, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? We want a Siphon Filter. By we I mean me. But I can't be the only one. If I'm not I cannot be the only one. Aaron says, what is the worst game you've played? And what is the best game you've played? That's a hard question, so I'll do recently. The best game I've played recently, Portal 2. Hands down, Portal 2, one of the best games of this generation, easily. Worst game I've played recently is Duke Nukem Forever. And dude, I wanted to like Duke. I'm not a Duke guy. The only one I played was Duke Nukem 3D. But I wanted to like it so much, and then the reviews came out and everyone was just squashing this game. So I wanted to like it even more because I felt bad. And I love Gearbox software, but dude, it's just not a good. I mean, if you're a Duke fan, maybe there's some nostalgia there for you, but for me personally, it's just not that good. In fact, there are some parts that are downright terrible, atrocious even. Brady wants to know, I love that name by the way, what do you do for a living? I make YouTube videos, bro. He says, I'm at work, this is my job, back on the daily grind. That's why I'm pumping out videos like every day, dude, because this is my job. That's why I make a ton of videos. Alfredo says, when is your next awesomely awesome video going to be on the YouTube? Having withdrawals. You're welcome, because we're there. What is your gamer tag? and then you guys answered him. See, sometimes I hate people, but in this instance, I love people. This dude says, what is your PSN and Xbox Live gamer tag? And other dudes who have me on their friends list answered this guy. And he says, thanks. And then he said, no problem. That's funny to me. Glendrika Anti-Hip Hop says, what time is it? It's clobbering time. It's always clobbering time. Yusef wants to know, do you recall when you first started gaming? And what games were your first? Also, what is your favorite flavor of ice cream? My favorite flavor of ice cream is chocolate chip cookie dough, which I just read like a month ago. That's like the worst one you can eat. But my motto is eat healthy, exercise, die anyway. When I first started gaming, kind of a good story. I don't know if you guys really care about you want to watch long videos. I know sometimes, but I can get into this real quick. I bought an Atari in 1988 when I was real tiny. My grandma took me to a yard sale. Bought an Atari 2600 and like 30 games for like 15 bucks. Like, I didn't buy it, she did. She took me back home. My dad and I plugged it in. Didn't work. It took a dump. The thing didn't work. And I was like crushed. I was absolutely just crushed. It didn't work because my friends had Nintendos. A couple of my dad's buddies had Nintendos and televisions. So dad had like no money in his account. Single dad, okay? No money in his account. And just enough to buy a Nintendo. But I had to go to work the rest of the week and eat. And I needed food. So I was a kid, and kids need food. I know. We just had a baby, and it's like, oh, this kid, he eats. She eats. I had a daughter. Is that what we had? She eats a lot of food. But he took me to Toys R Us, and we got a Nintendo. And it's kind of heartwarming if my dad tells it now, because he had like $10 for like the rest of the week. And he made it work. He sacrificed so I could have a Nintendo. He actually called me off from school the next day. Let me play hooky, and he called off from work the next day because we were up. We were so tired. We were up all night playing Nintendo. Mario was the first game. We ran away from the mushrooms. We thought they were bad. For like the first 5 hours we played the game, we had no idea that mushrooms made you big. So that was it. And then from then on, and it's funny because I asked my dad. Now I'm just getting really personal. But I asked my dad about a year ago. I said, Dad, did you ever think when you bought the Nintendo and you would like take me to Blockbuster so I could rent games as a kid? Did you ever think like it would turn into this obsession of mine? We'll say passion. He said, I had no idea what you were getting into. You just grabbed a hold of it and loved it, and I did, and it's Kind of funny now. Alex wants to know, would you catch a grenade for me? Yes, I would catch a grenade for you. Online, of course. Not in real life. I've got a family. And Carlos says, who do you think will win in a battle of games this year? BF3, MW3, or ME3? Well, ME3 isn't coming out until March 6th. Battlefield or Modern Warfare? I was going to see if any of you other guys asked that, because that's like the big question. I was going to wait. That's an awesome question. And that is like my favorite storyline in gaming right now. I cannot wait to see which one people like. Not only reviewers, but gamers like better. Battlefield 3 or Modern Warfare 3. Battlefield 3 could sell a ton of copies. And it won't sell as much as Modern Warfare, but it doesn't mean it's a loss or a fail. I was saying Medal of Honor sold 5 million copies. Medal of Honor sold 5 million copies, didn't get that great of reviews, and got a lot of bad press weeks leading into the launch because of the Taliban thing. Battlefield 3's been getting hot press since like February. Great press since like February. By all rights, and it has a stronger community. Medal of Honor, no one played the Medal of Honor this gen. Medal of Honor Airborne, no one played that. People coming over from PS2 and PS1 remember. You know, people that played it back then. Battlefield 3 has a strong community and been getting good press. By all rights, Battlefield could sell like 8 million copies. Really, it could sell that many copies, and that would be a win. You know, they're getting compared because they're both modern for warfare, excuse the pun, first-person shooters. But you guys know, you guys are gamers. You know they're very different style of games. I can't wait to see which one do I think will win overall. If this is the year for Battlefield to be better than Modern Warfare, as far as everyone concerned, if there's a year, excuse me, this is the year, because you've got like 3 different developers working on Modern Warfare. So whatever Frankenstein type of game it turns out to be, this could be the year that it's not awesome. Do I think it'll be awesome? Oh yeah, I absolutely do. But, you know, Battlefield, the thing is, Modern Warfare, Call of Duty games are so accessible. My mom knows what Call of Duty is, and my 9-year-old brother could get into a game and know what he does. Okay, so people don't game know what to do. These are the bad guys, I'm the good guys. Okay, I get kills, that ranks me up. When I rank up, I unlock junk. Battlefield's very strategic, so not everyone digs it. Everyone plays Call of Duty, right? Everyone. So I don't know. I think Modern Warfare 3 will obviously sell more, but Battlefield 3 will probably get the hardcore fans will really enjoy it, and it'll probably bring a lot of people over from Modern Warfare, and make a lot of fans out of Battlefield. There'll be a lot of people who haven't played Battlefield that would get Battlefield 3. Michael wants to know, how do you get your username? Maverick. 10 was my name in sports all through high school and college. It was number 10, starting my sophomore year of high school. Maverick. I decided when I was about 17 years old that I was going to name my first son Maverick, because I love that name. And I remember talking to my family and saying, yeah, I think I'm going to name my first son Maverick. And my mother laughed at me, and she said, good luck finding a woman that will let you name her kid Maverick. So I was like, okay. So I thought, well, I'll just take the name Maverick. I got online and just decided that all my stuff, Xbox, my PS3, everything was just going to be Maverick. And then obviously 10, the number. Kim wants to know, Mortal Kombat, best fighting game of 2011? Yeah, hands down. I have a buddy who's like, dude, Marvel vs. Capcom. You know what? I don't remember seeing Wolverine rip Ken's head off in that game and then shoving it into his stomach. But I saw that on Mortal Kombat, so Mortal Kombat. But Marvel vs. Capcom is actually a very sound game. Dale wants to know, Maverick, Uncharted 3 beta, enjoying it? And what don't you like? Man, I'm excited for the full game. I think the Uncharted 3 beta is the best beta I've ever played in my life. And I've played a lot of betas this generation. I've played a lot of betas. And we all have. There's so much more. They throw them out there all the time. I freaking think it's awesome, dude. What I don't like, there's not a whole lot I don't like. I wish there were more weapon options. There's a lot of customization, which I love, obviously I said, but I wish there were like a ton more weapons. And I wish. I don't know, bro. I think it's great. Obviously, I can't really judge it too much because you don't know what they're going to add between now and the real game. But you know, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I'm not a console fanboy, but daggone it, dude, if I'm not a game fanboy, I'm a fanboy of some games, serious fanboys of games. Uncharted's one of those. So I was a huge fan of the Uncharted multiplayer, Uncharted 2. But Uncharted 3 just blows it out of the water. It's crazy good. Like it's so good. A lot of people don't think the third person shooting from campaign translates well over to the multiplayer. Um, that you know, I thought the same thing with Gears. Uh, just felt better in campaign because they're not running as you know. But I think it fits good. I think it's about as good as any other third person shooter I've played online. Uncharted 2. It was run and gun and stuff, but it's smooth. I love the verticality of the maps, and I love and Uncharted 2. I don't want to get it. You guys can look up about Uncharted 3 if you haven't played the beta. There's so much to it. Uncharted TV, that's crazy cool. I don't know. It's awesome. You can upgrade your perks like you can in COD, or boosters, excuse me. Cody says, what are your thoughts on Assassin's Creed going Call of Duty with an annual release? You know what? Any other game, I would probably be like, come on, dude. Really? You need that much money? They're getting worse. But with Assassin's Creed is so... Usually the games like that you see are heavy multiplayer, like COD, or like a Madden, or other sports games. But with Assassin's Creed, they're so story-driven that... Who cares? It's kind of cool, right? You get to play one every year if you have the money. I don't. Jeffrey Sodo Johnson, he makes YouTube videos. Jeff the Youngin, he's a rapping beast. I'm not even kidding. He says, how old? Oh, how old? I can't read. How did you get into gaming and become the gamer you are today? Well, I told you that story about Nintendo. And dude, honestly, gaming is one of those things like sports or like comic books or movies that I started at a young age, like a lot of people, but I just grabbed a hold of it, dude. And like, I was just passionate about it. I remember being at like 2 days for football in high school. And then afterwards we would all go out to eat and stuff, go out or go to a friend's house or whatever. And during football practice, I'd be thinking of NCAA football, the game. And I would leave parties in high school early, make excuses, bro. I gotta get up, dude. I gotta be at work in the morning. When I didn't really, I had to be at work till noon, so I'd go and game. I just loved it, and it was really cool because I had a couple of friends in high school that gamed like me, but it wasn't really until college that it was like people game like I game. People get into comic books like I get into. People like to dissect movies and watch them 50 times like I do. That's awesome. Because in high school, all my buddies and we were just sports all the time, talking about sports. So it was really cool. So it was one of those things I just grabbed onto, like you guys. It's just, you love it. I love video games. And and even back in high school, it was like, you go on a date with a chick 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 15 years ago. What do you do? I like video games. And oh God, he's one of those. But now, it's not even a thing. Thanks to chicks game a lot now. Obviously, there have always been hardcore chick gamers, but now, a lot of women game. And it's not like a nerdy thing anymore. I'm totally a nerd, and you can see that. But it's not nerdy just, oh yeah, I play COD. I know guys who just play Call of Duty. I play Call of Duty and Madden. They're not nerdy, but they love gaming. I love video games. It's the only thing I can sit down and do for like 9 hours and then not even care. Like, if I sat down and watched TV for like 9 hours, unless it was like a marathon of like 24 or Lost, I'd be like, dude, I need to do something. But with video games, like, I am doing something. I'm getting achievements, moron. I am doing something. I'm ranking up. So I love gaming. I freaking love it. And I don't even care anymore. I love it. Kyle wants to know, what do you think of Rare's new approach of gaming? They used to dish out classics like Banjo, Conquer, PD, which was Perfect Dark, but now it's all Kinect. That sucks, dude. It really does. It sucks because they had these awesome games. Now they're doing Kinect, but at the same time, you can't really blame them because I believe they are a subsidiary of Microsoft now. Microsoft bought them, and Microsoft's pushing the Kinect like crazy hard. So, and the Kinect is selling well, or it did, like 10 million units, something like that. So you can't really blame them. But at the same time, it's like, I want to say, Microsoft, get someone else to do freaking your motion capture junk that most gamers don't care about. And let Rare do some stuff, because they have a great track record. I would love to see a new Perfect Dark, a good one. Jose says, why are you such a douche? Never mind. Here's a better question. What system is better, the N64 or the Xbox 360? I know it's a hard question, but you're a wise man. I mean, you're 21 and already have a kid, after all. First off, Jose, I can sense sarcasm from 9 miles away, so I get it. Second off, I'm not 21. And third off, the Nintendo 64, the Xbox 360, that's a hard question because I had a lot of good times on Nintendo 64. A lot of good times. GoldenEye, Last Course, Zelda. But 360, I really, and I always thought of myself as like a campaign guy. I love campaign. But dude, this gen, I've really got into online gaming. I gamed online multiplayer on PC and PS2 last gen, briefly, here and there. But this generation with 360 and PS3 and a little bit of PC this gen, not much. I need to get a better, more high-power computer. I've really got into multiplayer gaming, and then the 64 didn't have online, obviously. Well, the slim model did. But I have to go 360. No, I don't know. That's too hard. I have so many fond memories in Nintendo 64. I'll just go into 64 because I'm old school. Is that cool? Plus 360's life cycle isn't over yet. That's a joke. It's been over. After Gears, it's over. Isn't that? Or, don't we all agree on that? After Gears, it's over for 360 for the most part, unless you love Kinect. I don't know. I hope not. Oh, they got Mass Effect 3 coming out, which is multi-plat, so yeah, it doesn't matter. Alfredo. Okay, that's not a question. Yeah, it is. I'm sorry. Alfred says, the question we all want to know is, how sexy is your wife's friend, Rico? I'll tell you what, Rico, when you see her, she's like a 9.5. And then she opens her mouth and starts talking, and you're like, okay, 4.5. 4.5. I was generous with a 9.5. She's annoying. She's so annoying. I mean, she makes, really good conversation starters. Like, dude, you're not going to believe what Rico did last night when she was over. But she is annoying. How many sons does Mars have? Yeah, I've said that before. But I will not ever forget that. Maverick. How many sons does Mars have? Oh, and you're a college grad? Oh, Lord Jesus. Justin says, what are your thoughts on Battlefield 3? I think it looks disgustingly sick. Frostbite Engine 2.0 is the sickness, dude. I can't. I thought their E3 showing was a little weak. The tank, that was like, after all the gameplay you showed us before E3, then at E3 on EA's press conference, you're going to show us the tank level. It looks beautiful, but come on, dude. I want shooting. I need bullets to the face. But it looks awesome. And the earthquake. I mean, it just looks really good. I can't wait to play it. I'll be all serious. Can't wait to play it. Yeah, can't wait to play it. Kevin D says, want to get drunk together. I'm straight edge, bro. I'm like CM Punk. Never mind. What do you think about L.A. Noire? I think it is a game I haven't played. They came out right around the time of Portal, Mortal Kombat, SOCOM, but I will play it. My buddy of mine is going through it right now, and we're going to switch Mortal Kombat. We're going to trade out Mortal Kombat for L.A. Noire and beat them and give them back. So I'm looking forward to it. Peyton says, your favorite system, your favorite game on that system. What is the hardest game you've ever played, and what is the hardest level you ever played? Favorite system, PS2. Hands down, it's like the greatest system ever. IGN, I think, rated the best system of all time. The thing about PS2 was, it was my first DVD player. My first DVD, by the way, was The Patriot, starring Mel Gibson, Der Fuhrer. The thing about PS2, no matter what kind of games you were into, it had it for everything. Whether you're in RPGs, puzzle games, first person, it had everything. That was so awesome about the PS2. And everyone had one, mainly because a lot of people bought it as a DVD player. So you could always go over to someone's house and have a PS2 and you could play it. It's awesome. My favorite game on that system is I really enjoyed Siphon Filter. I also like Twisted Metal Black. I liked Black. I liked Tomb Raider Legend, which I eventually later got for the 360 because I liked it so well. Love that game. And I bought the Tomb Raider trilogy that's in it, and I played it again. I love that game. So yeah, I played a lot of NCAA. I played a lot of SmackDown versus Raw on PS2. So many games. My first PS2 game was X Squad, and it was not very good. Also, Metal Gear Solid 3 and Metal Gear Solid 2 are some of my favorites. So many great games. The hardest game I've ever played, Battletoads. I never beat Battletoads. What is the hardest level you ever played? Every level of Battletoads. The level where you're on the surfboard thing, super hard. But what's the Ninja Gaiden level? Everyone talks about 7 or something. I couldn't beat that level either. My God, really? I haven't played Demon's Souls yet, but I can't wait to play it. Will wants to know, has anyone really been far even as decided to use even go want to do look more like? If you don't get that, Google it, what I just said. Has anyone really been far even as decided to use even go want to do look more like? If you Google that, there's a very interesting video game story behind that sentence. Really interesting. That started on YouTube. Pretty cool. Gene Elvis Light makes YouTube videos. Look him up. Says, tell us your greatest video game adventure. It has to be epic. Well, I will, because we're running. This is the last ones, I believe. My BioShock story is pretty cool. I was house sitting for a friend of mine, Kyle, and Kyle has a dog. Kyle has had a Rottweiler that was like the scariest dog you've ever seen. And I mean, this dog was freaking huge, dude. This dog was humongous. And he said, can you watch the dog, feed the dog with him while I'm going on vacation? Sure. So I go over there, and I hadn't played the BioShock demo yet. So I got on his Xbox and downloaded the demo, and I took the dog. We took a walk, and yada yada yada, and came back and played the demo. I was like, oh my God, I've got to buy this game. I've got to get this game. His dog's name is Gordon, after Commissioner Gordon, and we're sitting there, or I'm sitting there, I'm playing this game, like, oh my God. So I went out and bought BioShock, okay, for 360, and came back to his house, fed the dog again, played with it a little bit, and left. Went back to my house. And I get home, which is about a 35-minute drive. I get home, and I left the game at his house. I'm like, oh my God. And it's like 11 o'clock at night, right? And I'm like, oh God. And I had the next day off from work, so I'm like, oh my God. I was really planning on playing this game all night. New game. I'm going back. So I went back to his house, and okay, the dog, there was a gate that was about yay high. We knew the dog could jump it, but he never did. But you can tell this dog probably totally could. But he was sleeping, and I didn't want to wake him up. I had to go in, get the game, and go. That way he won't bark. I don't want to turn the lights on, but hey, it's me, it's okay. So I'm sneaking through, and it's dark. I'm thinking, where's this game? Kitchen table? Is it the kitchen table? Well, I'm moving stuff around trying to find this game where I laid it down, because I opened it up and read the instruction manual. Why? Because I'm a nerd. And this dog I hear, and I'm in this dark house with this huge dog. I'm like, oh my God. And I looked down the hall where that gate was. I swear to God, all I saw were eyes. It's like a movie, dude. I just saw eyes. And they weren't, but they looked level with mine. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, it's okay, Gordon. And I'm looking for the game, and I find the game on the kitchen table under a bunch of stuff, but this dog starts running and completely clears this gate. So I knock the stuff off the table, and I run, and I'm like, Gordon. And I jump over the couch. He puts his front paws on the couch, and it's like, and so I'm like, okay, there's one of two things I can do. I can try to find the light and turn on and show him it's me, or I can do what I did and just try to run out the front door. When I got back there the next day, the cushions were off the couch. I mean, I was knocking everything over. And I ran the door, and this dog, dude, I'm not even kidding, put both his front paws on my shoulder blades and took me to the ground. A dog took me to the ground and was going, rah, 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 like getting ready to just rip my face. Dude was going to rip my aorta out of my neck, dude. That's what the dog was going to do. And I scoot out, and he's got his eye on me, and he's growling. And I open the door, and he hasn't moved. I just am like, see you tomorrow, and just run out. And he's still, dude, I was so freaking scared. I sat down. I didn't even have enough, like, just go in the truck and leave. I was so scared. I just sat down on the front steps. Had a little bit of, I didn't pee my pants, but I dribbled a little bit. And I sat there and I was breathing. I was out of breath. And he's still barking. And I looked down and I'm holding BioShock. I was like, yes! Because I was, oh my God, yes! That was so awesome. And I called Kyle the next day and I was like, dude, your dog tried to kill me, but BioShock was awesome. Funny story. And then I went the next day and he was like, hey. I was like, you don't remember what, do you forget about what happened with us last night? Like we had issues last night. You don't remember? Okay. We're getting the last ones. Brady says, Maverick, what's your real name? I don't think I've ever told you guys my real name. My real name is Treasy504. Cian, maybe Sean, says, Cyan, what games do you think have, this is a good question. What games do you think have influenced other video games, and which games have revolutionized their genre? Okay, call me an Uncharted fanboy, but Uncharted has really revolutionized that genre. I mean, they made, because Tomb Raider was cool, but Uncharted like completely made everything that Tomb Raider did better. So they revolutionized the third-person shooting. Gears helped that, but Gears not only did it do third person, but it helped revolutionize sci-fi games. Like it showed like you can have these big beefy B-movie actors, like character types, but like a really good story and actually kind of a touching story in certain parts. So they have helped. Call of Duty obviously have revolutionized, whether you like Call of Duty or not, it's completely revolutionized first-person shooter. I mean, how many first-person shooters come out that try to copy COD? It's revolutionized multiplayer gaming. I'll tell you a game that you would think would revolutionize games, but it hasn't. Metal Gear. Metal Gear, those games are some of the best ever made. I still say Metal Gear Solid 4 is one of the greatest video games ever made. But it hasn't revolutionized that genre because like no one else can make a game like that. It's crazy. Halo has definitely revolutionized first-person shooters. Halo, I think, did for last gen what Call of Duty has done for this gen. Honestly, Madden did really for sports games, releasing every year, having new upgrades every year. Whether you like the online thing really started with Madden. Now other sports games have heavy online. Hopefully, games like I would like to see games like BioShock and Borderlands and games like that. Killer 7 or whatever, revolutionize different genres based on art design. The art design in BioShock is so good. It's just, and another art design I like for Metro 2033. It's a 360 exclusive, like no one's heard about, but they're coming out with a sequel that's multi-plat. The environment, dude, and the art design is so cool. I hope those games help other games. Borderlands has such a cool style. I'll tell you another one. Fallout and Elder Scrolls, Mass Effect have revolutionized their respective genres because they've started this whole hybrid genre of shooter / create a story by decision making and upgrading of weapons and adding art. It's RPG, but for this day and age where everyone likes shooters and doesn't like turn-based stuff. So they've really, and I guarantee you, in the upcoming years, definitely next gen, there's going to be a lot of sucky games that try to be Mass Effect. We've already seen one, Alpha Protocol. Alpha Protocol is one of my favorite games this generation, but it deserved all the criticism it got. I wish it would have been a better game, not as buggy. But yeah, games like that, hybrid games that kind of melt. I hopefully we'll see next gen. We'll see other games take genres, kind of melt them together, and make a new hybrid genre. Mass Effect has completely done wonders for that, and not only storytelling and choosing your own fate, but like the upgrading and the character design and stuff like that. You know, fleshing out characters has been really cool. And Grand Theft Auto did that, dude. Grand Theft Auto. Remember when Grand Theft Auto 3 came out, and like 2 years later, like every game that came out was like a GTA clone. Like you had good games like True Crime, but you also had like not that great games like Gun. I kind of like Gun, but and then now it's just you see open world games quite a bit. But back then, dude, you saw open world games all the time because they were trying to be GTA. So GTA completely changed the landscape of gaming for a lot of people, for millions of people. I love GTA. And what's the best story you have to tell about your little baby? Make it funny if possible. I'm going to save that one, Nat, because my next video, which will be probably a normal style video, guys, I need to go HD. I need a PVR. I need, to make better decisions, clearly. But my next video will probably be the same type of video I normally do, but I've got a funny story I want to tell you guys about her. She's awesome, by the way. I joke about, like, yeah, I'm a dad, whatever, but honestly, I don't want to get too mushy. Oh my God, it's awesome. But guys, that's it. If you want to join the fun next time, if you're even still watching, this is a really long video, I know. If you're still watching, if you want to join the fun next time, just add me on Facebook. The link's in the description. For those of you that are still watching, though, you're hardcore, and I like that. I'm Maverick 10. Excuse me. I'm Treasy 504. I'm out of breath.